Let's kick it off this half an hour with the campaign trail, though. First, new Fox News polls out show that Trump's support among evangelicals is holding steady at 68% in the wake of the release of this controversial recording of him making lewd remarks about women. This as Trump goes on the offensive against Hillary Clinton for her campaign's disparaging comments about Catholics. That surfaced from the WikiLeaks email dump. Well, listen.
The new emails also show members of the Clinton team viciously attacking Catholics and evangelicals. Hillary Clinton thinks you're deplorable.
Joining us right now is Pastor Robert Jeffress, member of Trump's Faith Executive Advisory Council. Pastor, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Maria.
Your response to all of this happening in terms of Trump's comments about women, in terms of these allegations about sexual assault. Tell us how you see it.
Well, look, first of all, evangelicals are unwavering in their support. I've been on a number of conference calls this week with evangelical leaders, and here is how I explain this support. You know, back in 1980, evangelicals overwhelmingly voted for a man who had been a noted womanizer in Hollywood, and he would be the first divorced president in history. His name was Ronald Reagan. And the reasons evangelicals supported him was not because they endorsed womanizing or divorce. They endorsed Reagan's policies. And that's what you have here. Most evangelicals see this race as a binary choice between one candidate who is pro-life, pro-religious liberty, pro-conservative justices of the Supreme Court, Donald Trump, and the other candidate, Hillary Clinton, who holds the opposite views on all of those issues. And that's what's going on.
And Dagen, you see something different also emerging.
I just want to point out, Pastor, that it's students at Liberty University, and this is in the Wall Street Journal today, that more than 1,000 Liberty students in Lynchburg, Virginia, have signed a statement online essentially denouncing Donald Trump. And this is less than 24 hours after it was publicly released. And in fact, the letter also criticizes Jerry Falwell Jr., who is a well-known backer of Donald Trump, criticizing him for backing Trump even after the video from 2005 was released. So this is the school says is the largest Christian university in the country, and so that's worth noting.
Yeah, well, I've spoken there before. I think there were 12,000 at the convocation I spoke at a year ago. So 1,000 students, that's understandable, less than 10% that feel this way. And look, I'm not diminishing these comments at all that Trump made. They are lewd, they're obscene, but they're still not enough to make me vote for Hillary Clinton. And I think that's what the issue is for many Christians. What will it take for people to say, I'm going to directly or indirectly support Hillary Clinton and allow her to be president?
They're not just lewd. What he's describing is a sexual assault. Whether if you say he did it or didn't do it, what he's describing is a definition of sexual assault. He didn't just say some bad words.
Right. Right. And again, it's very, very troubling. And there was one noted Christian female leader this week who said this represents an assault against the dignity of women. And I understand that viewpoint. I guess the answer is the answer to that to put into office a woman who supports the greatest assault on women of all, and that is murdering them in the womb before they have a chance to be born. That's, again, the binary choice that a lot of evangelicals are looking at.
You know, it's really interesting that you say that, because the truth is if this were anybody else, this would be easy, I think. But she's so disliked that it's actually still a tight race, James Freeman.
Yeah, and Pastor, I give you credit here. I think you're on the right track, arguing to say that he's, despite his past, he's a great Christian guy. That might be a tough sell to people, but to just put it in terms of what are the outcomes of this election and how hostile, really, we've seen that in the emails this week, and I was wondering your thoughts on how that might affect those 14% of evangelicals in that poll who were still supporting Hillary Clinton. What is the impact of those emails with really her staff basically openly contemptuous of Christians?
Well, that's the whole point. These emails were, to use Hillary's word, deplorable, not only because they were insulting, but they showed the antipathy that a future Clinton administration would have toward people of faith. They would continue that hostility that Obama has right now. Remember, it was Obama who said and described Christians as those who, quote, bitterly cling to their guns and their religion. I think these emails reveal that Clinton has that same attitude as well. I was on a conference call this week with Catholic leaders and the Trump campaign, and these leaders were very, very disturbed about this.
I have such a hard time with people having a problem with the words of what Clinton's team says about Catholics, but not about the words of what Trump says about women. I don't understand why one and not the other.
Yeah, well, again, I am never going to be one to defend those words. You'll have to find somebody else to defend that.
But he's not supporting Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what it comes down to for me. It's just a binary choice, and I think that's why evangelicals are supporting Donald Trump right now.
Yeah, for sure. Pastor, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it very much. Coming up, McDonald's makes a play for millennials, how the fast food giant is taking to social media to appeal to the younger set.